I asked Richard and Keyshawn to pick the greatest Super Bowl game ever. Now let's try greatest Super Bowl team ever. Keyshawn, your choice would be?
I mean, I could pick a lot of teams, but I'm not. I'm going to pick my team in Super Bowl 37.
That's what I figured.
I mean, come on, man. Stop it. I mean, I understand the Pittsburghs and what they did in their heyday and the Cowboys, I get all of that. But that team we had, if certain people didn't screw it up, we probably could have won 2 or 3
Who are
of them.
these certain people you keep referring to?
But I'm just saying.
Be more specific, Keith.
Come on. We need names. We don't like anonymous quotes.
I ain't been anonymous, but we had killers on both sides of the ball across the board. We did what we wanted to when we wanted to, but egos got in the way and it derailed our team. If we didn't have all this personalities and egos and everybody just was happy in the situation, we could have won 2 or 3 of them. We could have ripped them off because we were a veteran team, but still had a lot of gas left in our tank. I mean, that's just the reality of it. I know people will say, oh, man, y'all, no. We had some killers, dog.
Keyshawn, you had Brad Johnson at
Doesn't matter. Does not matter. No, it does not.
How can you say your all-time greatest team with Brad Johnson?
Dude, Brad was good for what we needed him to do. Okay. We didn't need Brett Favre. We didn't need those sort of things. When he delivered the football, we capitalized on those sort of things. That back shoulder throw on Woody to Keenan McCardell for the touchdown, look at that. That's a perfectly thrown pass for Keenan to move out of that. I mean, come on now. Y'all get caught up in this quarterback stuff about having Patrick Mahomes and having Tom Brady. Yes, it would be nice as a luxury. That's nice. But Josh Allen is still in Buffalo trying to figure it out. And he got one of the biggest arms. Okay? Our MVP, Lamar Jackson, is at home right now. Brock Purdy is playing in the Super Bowl. You don't have to have Patrick Mahomes to win a Super Bowl. You just don't.
See, but the 3 Super Bowls we played against 3 of arguably the greatest quarterbacks to play this game. We played against Peyton in 1, Tom in 1, and Mahomes in 1.
You did.
You would have gave us Brad Johnson and any of them, Keith, we would have took that over them 3. I'll tell you what, we would have took Brad Johnson over playing Peyton,
you probably
Tom,
would. But guess what you did to Peyton?
Yeah,
okay.
we did what we needed to do.
You know what
but I would say our team was the greatest. You know what we would have done to Brad Johnson? We would have, behind the woodshed.
The same thing they did to Peyton Manning. They was going to do it to whoever. You were going to do it to whoever. Come on now, stop it.
That's a touche.
I'm not finna let y'all sit up here and diss my dude.
I respect that. I respect you defending your dude. What I'm losing a little respect for is, hey, Skip, Key does never hesitate to drop a name. And now he hesitating to drop a name. Skip, I don't know.
I don't either.
It's somebody. I got to figure out who this is.
Yeah, who is this?
Who dismantled this team?
Who dismantled your team? Who derailed?
Man, I don't even need to go down there. I think people already know if they followed the history, they already know. I don't need to. I don't need to give any light to the name.
Well, then you must be talking about John Gruden. That's all I can figure out.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Know.
I ain't saying no names. I think you know.
Okay, Richard.
I don't know. I'm consider me ignorant in this situation.
Richard Sherman,
I'm trying to know.
What is the best Super Bowl team ever?
Yours is.
Mine is Skip. You know the Legion of Boom and Seattle Seahawks.
I knew it.
Which
one? The first
unbelievable. Yeah, the first one. I mean, well, the second one was just about the same as the first one, minus a few guys. You know, we didn't have Percy on the second one. No. We didn't have Sidney Rice. We didn't have a couple guys like that. But this one we had. Yeah, the first one. We had the best team, but we were a really young team. And I expected us to go to multiple. We should have won the year before when Pete calls a timeout in the Atlanta game and they missed the field goal.
It was Pete's fault.
And then they turn around and make the field goal.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to go down as one of the best teams to ever be put together, similar to that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, similar to that Baltimore Ravens team.
Don't mention our team and your team in the same breath. Please don't. Do not.
Okay. Don't disrespect me like that.
Don't
disrespect me like that.
My guys in the same breath.
They did have a real quarterback.
Don't disrespect me like that.
Right. And they had a Charlie check down. They had a Charlie check down, too. Oh, God, stop.
If we go line for line, we would be competitive in just about every right. Bobby Wagner is one of the greatest linebackers to ever play in the game. Cam Chancellor, one of the best safeties to ever play in the game.
I'm not doing it. Richard, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it because you don't want to do that.
If we did that, we got a Hall of Famer on every single level.
Yeah.
And Simeon Rice is sitting and waiting for the call right now. So let's not do that.
What I'm telling you is if you compare Bobby Wagner to any linebacker you had and his accolades, his are going to survive the test of time.
Bobby Wagner
is one of the best to ever play. Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, two of the best to ever play.
They were good safeties.
Yeah.
They were good safeties. I'm not saying that they wasn't.
No, they were great safeties.
But don't do this.
We'll look up. You get to do it now because they already got their gold jackets. My guys aren't eligible to get gold jackets for a while.
I just said don't do it. That's all I said.
But then offensively, don't go there because offensively we were better. We were better too.
I don't know if y'all was better offensively.
Yeah,
we just didn't. We
were better.
We didn't. We had
a
dink and dunk session going on our offense.
Yeah, you did.
That's just where we were.
All right,
we would have caved your quarterback's hand.
My turn, and Richard is going to accuse me of going back to the days pre-electricity, and I don't care because I am right about what I'm about to say.
Candles and oil, candles in water wheels. Huh?
Super Bowl 13 featured the greatest collection of talent in a championship game I have ever seen on any field, any floor, any championship in any sport you ever want to talk about. This was the greatest Dallas Cowboy team featuring Roger Staubach and Tony Dorsett and the Doomsday defense.
Randy White was on there too, huh?
Yes, he was. And Too Tall Jones, and they were just flat out loaded. Drew Pearson. But this Pittsburgh team, because I got to give our man Terry Bradshaw some love. I know people, most of the younger generation, they only know him as a TV personality on Fox. But listen.
Swanee.
Hey, Lynn Swann was on this team. But Terry Bradshaw was the regular season MVP that year in 1978, and he was the Super Bowl MVP because he threw for 318 yards on a hellacious good defense in the days when nobody threw. That was the most yards anybody ever thrown at that point in a Super Bowl game. This Pittsburgh Steelers team had 11 Hall of Famers. 11. It's beyond even what you guys had because we're talking about both sides of the ball were just flat out loaded because
Franco.
If you got Franco and Lynn Swann and John Stallworth and Mike Webster at center, who was maybe the greatest center ever. Yes, and Franco, and I'm not even talking about Rocky Blyer because he didn't make this. They had 13 either Pro Bowlers or first team or second team All Pros. 13 out of 22. On defense, it's the steel curtain with Mean Joe Green, and the two linebackers are just the Jack Ham and Jack Lambert. And listen, I got to ask Richard, do you know Mel Blount? Richard, do you know of him?
Yes, I do. I do.
He was the standard. He was the most physical corner I ever saw. I'm not saying he was beyond Deion Sanders or Darrell or you, but on physicality back in the day when they let you play physical football, I've never seen anything like him.
They changed the rule because of him. They changed the rule because of Mel Blount.
They did.
They changed the rules of football.
And you know Swanee from USC, he just took these games over. He was making circus catches all over the field.
What'd you say, Richard? Look at that ball. Huh?
Wait, that's a little wobbly. I know.
I thought it was a punt for a minute.
It was a dime.
It was windy. It was down in Miami. It was windy. All right, we got to go now because we got to get to Young Money. They're next, and we predict the Super Bowl with Yella and Allen coming up.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.